Beat the heat without blacking out your windows? Here are the best home window films that cut glare and keep rooms cooler without wrecking the view. Today's lineup breaks down 6 popular heat rejection window films from budget-friendly to top-tier performance, with hands-on style insights, real-world pros and cons, and who each one fits best. Stick around to find out which film offered the best blend of cooling, privacy, and easy install, and which ones, well, made the job a little more finicky than expected. Number 6. Coavas One-Way Privacy Window Film. So Coavas is one of those films that looks simple on paper, static cling, reusable, blocks a high percentage of UV, easy to trim, and in day-to-day use, it largely delivers on the basics, you know? It gives a clean look that helps with glare and privacy during the day, especially if bright sun hits living room or kitchen windows. The frosted and reflective styles from Coavas are often praised for being non-adhesive and repositionable, which makes them approachable for first-timers. But getting a bubble-free finish takes patience, and if rushed, those little imperfections show through more than expected. In testing style installation, starting at the top corner and working down with a plastic squeegee helped. But this film really demands lots of slip solution and a very sharp blade for trimming, or the edge can tear slightly. Nothing catastrophic, just one of those measure twice, cut once moments. Once down, it does the job. Glare comes down, rooms feel less intense in the afternoon, and privacy improves in daylight. The overall vibe is practical and minimal, great for bathrooms and street-facing windows. Performance-wise, Coavas is strongest on UV blocking and glare control for the price tier, with usability benefits like removability. The trade-off is that translucent or frost styles can telegraph air bubbles or trapped lint if the glass isn't squeaky clean, so prep is everything. If there's a downside, it's that the thinness that makes it easy to tuck into corners can also make it easier to crease if handled roughly during install. Number 5. HIDBEA One-Way Privacy Window Film. HIDBEA leans into heat control, daytime privacy, and UV glare reduction with a mirror-style one-way appearance that's made for sun-exposed rooms. And in practice, the performance is notable. Rooms feel calmer, glare drops, and fabric/flooring get a layer of UV protection. The brand positions these as energy-saving and shatter-resistant benefits, and for a reflective one-way finish, it's convincing in bright conditions. But, reflective films tend to show every installation flaw, and HIDBEA is no exception. Tiny bubbles or dust specks are more visible until the solution dries. Where HIDBEA stands out is the balance of heat rejection and privacy with a slick mirrored exterior. In bright daylight, passers-by see mirror, not interiors. After installing a roll-sized panel, the firm, slightly thicker feel helps with cutting straight lines, but demands a slow approach to squeegeeing. Too aggressive and you can shift the alignment. It's the kind of film where a second set of hands makes a big difference on larger panes. In a week-long usage window, glare control and interior comfort improved noticeably in a south-facing office. Monitor reflections dropped, and the room stopped feeling like a greenhouse in the late afternoon. At dusk and into night, privacy falls away, as expected with one-way films, so blinds still matter. If there's a drawback, it's install sensitivity. Reflective layers can accentuate micro wrinkles until fully cured, which, is a bit nerve-wracking on day one. Longevity-wise, HIDBEA's non-adhesive static cling is appealing to renters, and the brand's variety of 4. Rabbitgoo Window Tint. Rabbitgoo's heat control, one-way privacy film has become a go-to for DIYers for its daytime mirror effect and non-adhesive, removable install. In use, it meaningfully cuts brightness and softens hotspots, and that makes rooms more livable during peak sun. The mirror look is strong from the outside in daylight, and the film darkens windows enough to tame glare while preserving a workable view from inside. For renters or frequent redecorators, the static cling approach is reassuring. Installation the first time? Easier than expected with the classic water and a drop of soap mix, a felt squeegee, and a very sharp utility blade. Get the glass truly clean and flood both glass and film, and it slides into place smoothly. Trim on glass for a custom fit, then chase out water from the center, and it seats well with minimal drama. especially if the film was cut an inch oversized to start. A month in, the finish stays flat with no bubbling or peeling when applied over a properly prepped surface. Day-night dynamics follow the one-way rule. In bright daylight, mirror privacy is excellent. At night, with interior lights on, privacy goes away. So yes, blinds still matter. Heat comfort ticks up a notch. The room feels less blasted and screens are less washed out. It's a user-friendly balance of performance and ease. One note, Rabbitgoo makes multiple styles, including decorative films. For heat control and one-way privacy, pick the mirror reflective variant rather than rainbow or purely decorative patterns, which don't perform the same way for heat rejection. 3. Coavas one-way privacy window film, heat reflective variant. If prioritizing heat rejection specifically, Coavas' reflective variants are the better fit than pure frost, keeping the same non-adhesive convenience while dialing up solar control. Applied on a large, sun-bathed window, the room felt immediately calmer, glare-off glossy floors and tabletops dropped, and the hot beam patches on the carpet disappeared. The key is a careful bubble chase. Reflective films show imperfections early, but they settle as the water evaporates. Compared to entry-level options, the Coavas reflective finish strikes a noticeable balance. Privacy by day, a cooler-feeling room in late afternoon, and an inside view that remains tolerably bright. The material's thinness makes it easy to tuck edges into window channels for a tidy look, but heads up, use a razor-sharp blade or the edge can fuzz when trimming against soft wood stops. In longer use, UV blocking helps protect fabrics and finishes in high sun rooms. That's not just theoretical. Fading slows, and the space stops feeling baked. At night, interior lights reverse the one-way effect, so shades remain part of the plan. For most users wanting heat and privacy gains without adhesive commitment, this is a practical, renter-friendly choice. Installation workflow mirrors the usual. Deep clean, oversized cut, flood both sides, and trim in place. The reflective surface can pick up fingerprints if handled dry, so keep it wet during positioning to avoid smears. Once cured, it holds flat and looks professional. A stronger heat control take on Coavas' popular film, still easy to live with, and noticeably better against glare and afternoon heat compared to non-reflective privacy films. Number 2. WochiTV one-way window film. WochiTV's mirrored film steps up heat rejection and daylight privacy with a darker, black-silver tint that makes a real difference in sunny rooms. Installation is very approachable. Cut oversize, use a light soap solution, and squeegee from center out, then trim. Total time per pane can be surprisingly quick even for first-timers. Post-install, the difference is immediate. The upper unfilmed glass looks glaring and washed, while the filmed section is darker, calmer, yet still transparent enough to preserve a usable view. In day-to-day use, glare reduction is substantial. TVs and monitors face less reflection, and the space reads cooler by feel. The mirror effect outside is pronounced in bright conditions, preventing easy visibility into the room during the day. The brand quotes strong UV blocking, and in practice, that tracks with reduced sun fade and less eye strain near windows. One aspect that impressed was the film's stability after drying. Minor orange peel or ripples noted during application diminish as moisture escapes, leaving a smooth finish. The darker tint does dim interiors a bit, expected with high heat control, but for south and west exposures, that trade-off is worth it. Versatility-wise, the film comes in multiple widths and long rolls, so covering patio sliders or banks of windows is straightforward without excessive seams. The mirrored exterior reads sleek rather than flashy. From the street, it looks intentional. All told, WochiTV gives a confident bump in heat rejection and privacy with minimal install drama, especially good for large sun-facing windows where performance and speed matter. 1. KESPEN Window Privacy Film. KESPEN takes the top spot for its blend of heat control, UV rejection, glare reduction, and user-friendly installation, all with a reliable daytime one-way privacy effect. In real-world use on a bright west-facing set of windows, interior temps felt more stable through late afternoon. And that squint factor dropped. Rooms stayed usable without pulling curtains. The film's reflective finish looks clean from the street, while keeping indoor views comfortable. Installation is straightforward. a generous soapy spray, careful alignment, and a felt-edge squeegee to push out solution from the center. The material responds well to on-glass trimming, corners tuck neatly, and post-cure, there's minimal edge lift. Compared with entry films, KESPEN feels a bit more forgiving during placement, less snap and more glide, reducing the chance of trapped creases. Heat rejection is where it really shines in daily living. Sunspots on floors and countertops mellow out, fabrics feel less at risk, and glare on screens is dialed back without turning rooms into caves. Daytime privacy is excellent, but at night with lights on, as with all one-way mirrors, interior visibility returns, so pair with blinds for a full solution. Durability and finish quality are strong suits. After curing, the surface looks uniform and professional, with fewer visible microbubbles than budget-reflective films. It also balances light control and clarity well. Inside, the world still looks crisp enough to enjoy the view. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.